What's up, everybody? Hi. How's it going? Easy. I was reading your name and I just realized what your name is. You're named after Easy E, aren't you? What's up, Grace? How you doing? Welcome. Sorry, I was just getting TikTok set up and I was eating a bunch of cheese. That is my dinner tonight. It's a bunch of cheese. Just kidding. I'll eat something else later. Anyways, what's up, everybody? Hello. Hi. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. What's up, Merlin? How you doing? Sorry, I'm totally not stalling, I promise. Okay. So, first time ever. Not just kidding. Playing another game. Wow. Hey, Smiley, how you doing? We did make it through the week. Good job. You guys have survived 100% of your bad days up until now. Good job. How you doing? All right. So, I played this game during the demo, during the Steam Next Fest, and I absolutely loved it. I got hooked. So, I'm gonna play more because because it came out. I'm all right. How are you? How are you guys doing? How's your Friday? Did you guys enjoy your day off school? What's up, random guy? No, it is not pre-recorded. I promise. I'm live. Okay, I know how to play. What's up, Tina? No, it is not pre-recorded, I promise. I'm real. You turned in your work? Hey, good job. You had school today? Oh, bummer. What's up, Clive? How you doing, friend? Yeah, I know. I played this game already. I can't skip the tutorial, so... How's the game sounding? Too loud? Too quiet? You guys are probably happy I'm not playing Crimson Desert anymore. Is this a gambling game? No, this is a coin pusher game. Have you ever gone to an arcade before? And you know those games where you put in a coin and it drops and then it pushes the coins and you keep putting in coins until a whole bunch of them fall? And you go, oh my gosh, look at how many coins I just got. This is the kind of game that this is. Yeah, it's a new game. I know you guys are definitely getting tired of Crimson Desert, so I'm giving you a break tonight, okay? I'm not giving myself a break from Crimson Desert because I'm still addicted to that game. Well, I'm glad you guys don't mind. No break for me. I'm still hopelessly addicted to the game, so I'm gonna keep playing it. But we're gonna play this other addicting game. Well, it's not money for money, it's tokens for tokens. So you go to the arcade and you buy tokens, right? And then you put your tokens in this machine and you get more tokens. You already spent your money. Know what I'm saying? What's up? Thank you for the follow. I was extra hilarious the whole time. Thank you. I'm glad you think so. Alright, you know what? Fine. If you guys want to say it's gambling, then it's gambling. What's up, Smiley? No, there are no spiders on my head. I would know. Pepper would warn me. Wait, where is Pepper? Oh, she's not here, so I guess she's not gonna warn me. You can see it? Are you sure it's a spider? Are you sure it's not just, how do you get tokens in the first place? You spend your real money. But the thing is, you can use your tokens on other games in the arcade. You know what I mean? What are my thoughts on AI? In what context? AI is a very broad term, so you gotta tell me what your context is. I am heavily against AI art, I'll tell you that. What's up, Samuel? Everything? Okay, well, okay with AI in terms of research, because I think it's a very powerful tool for things like engineering, space exploration, quantum physics. You know, it helps us solve math problems that humans have a hard time solving themselves. But I feel like AI needs to stay out of creative spaces. AI art is bad, full stop. But I think a lot of people get on the anti-AI train so hard that they forget that it is very useful in the research department. You know, like for example, AI is helping us detect forms of cancer that previously were difficult to detect. They're cooking up treatments for the said cancers and basically just making medicine easier for humans. That one AI singer? Which one out of all of them? Because there's been a lot of them, unfortunately. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Did I satisfy your curiosity or your question? Oh, we're getting a coin tower. Oh, it's not that big of a coin tower. Oh my god, look at all the silver coins that just dropped. Gotta get that tower down. Another tower? Holy cow. See all that? How big does the tower get? Infinite. The tower has no limit. The score is also infinite. You can get scores that go into the trillions of billions. Oh, what do you want help with, person with silly name? Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. So now, this is the normal game, right? Because we beat the tutorial. Okay. We haven't unlocked anything else. Call you James? Okay, James. What do you need help with, James? Already? Barely did anything and the round's already cleared? Dang. Let's go. You have fallen in love with mommy furries. Well, I'm not sure how I can help with that. But I'm sure it's okay, right? To each their own. If that's what you're into, then that's what you're into. I'm not a judgmental person. And these rounds are just flying by. TMI? Oh yeah, no that, yeah. I can tolerate silliness, but let's keep it at least a little bit in the decent side of things. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I can use that right now. 100 tickets, baby. That was all in my... How many rounds do we have left? Oh, 15. Okay, we're good. I was like, these are going by a little too quickly. Coins in selected area to value of the most valuable coin in it. Hello. Hello, Raiders. Hello, Lex the Monk. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, I am Slacker. We are also playing Raccoin. How'd you like the game? How does this even work? Have you ever heard of the game Balatro? What's up, Lex? Thank you for the raid. How you doing? Essentially, we are going for crazy high scores. You played the demo too? Yeah, so did I. I really liked the demo when I played it, and I was like, oh boy, this is gonna get addicting, I can tell. And it did get addicting. Who's got the highest value coin? But, you gotta run? Alright, all good, Lex. Thank you for the raid. I will take care of any of your viewers who stay behind. You enjoy the rest of your evening. Gains value equal to 12 times the highest sale price among coins in the clip. When scored, 20 tickets. Okay. How much do we got? I think we got enough to buy everything, right? Dang it. Yeah, so, anyways, the goal of the game is to get insanely high scores. You don't always get insanely high scores because it's a roguelike. So, sometimes you fail. And like me, I'm still trying to get the hang of the game because, you know, I gotta learn what everything does first. I feel like there may have been things in the demo that are present here that might be not present in the demo. Does that make sense? Things that were present in the demo then. No, other way around. Anyways. Chips were stolen. Aki! How you doing, Aki? I mean, I mind a little bit simply because, you know, I kind of feel like, not to be mean, but I kind of feel like those are things that are better said among people that you trust. IRL, you know? Not necessarily to a streamer. What's up, Mikael? You're at work? Oh boy. Okay, Aki. Well, I hope you have a good day at work. Is work treating you well today? You know, it's not to say that I don't care about anybody's problems because, you know, that would be a really jerky thing to say. I really feel like if anybody truly feels a certain way like that, they should seek out someone that they trust to talk to. Feel like a streamer is not the best place to do that, or the best person to do that. Unless, of course, you are in some sort of trouble and you feel that maybe reaching out to a streamer who may be a trusted adult, you know, something like that. Anyways, work is decent. I'm glad to hear that, Aki. What's up, Rain? My favorite type of bread is also garlic bread. And I would say my second favorite type of bread is sourdough. You drink a Rockstar? What flavor? I'm also a Rockstar aficionado. Draws in coins in select area and transports them back to upper platform. Oh, what if I put this... Oh my god. So you just suck up the tower and then it pushes... Okay. It's interesting. You can't remember, but it was red and white. Was it the peach flavor? No, that's pink. Peach flavor is pink. Red and white. Is it the watermelon flavor? Also, thank you for the gifts, Aki. I appreciate it. Very kind of you. Bread helped you get a girlfriend? Wow. W bread. Wait, did you just like straight up talk to her about bread? You're like, what's your favorite kind of bread? And she was like, yo, anybody who loves bread this much, I gotta be with. I feel like if I were a girl, that would work on me too. Like if someone just walked up and was like, yo, you like bread? I'd be like, let's talk about bread. for a very long time. Teach you how to get a partner with bread? Yeah, teach us your ways. Teach us, senpai. Teach us, bread bro. Like, how did you do that? I got a bucket of chicken. Post random pics of your bitten bread in your PC. And she asked you to send her more? That sounds like a keeper right there. Okay, I gotta see what that means by combo. Oh, I see. Okay, so when coins fall, so I gotta save. I should save that prize. Okay. What's up? What can I call you? Well, what's up, friend? How you doing? Your cat says hi. Hello, cat. Get the star coin. Which one? We still got plenty of rounds. I'll probably get the good coin. We gotta get some of these things that are in the middle right now. Thank you, Aki. You don't remember what it was, but it was a star? Oh, okay. I'm just gonna start launching coins. See what happens. I don't like the sound that the glue makes. It makes it like a wet meat noise. You hide here? Okay, Aki. I'll keep you safe from work. You love that sound? Okay. Well, one of us has to, right? I'm glad it's you and not me. Oh, we gotta get that stuff in the middle. That coin, My favorite sound is the sound that the coins make when they fall into the little chute down here. Like music to my ears. That reminds me of when they were talking about the development of Overwatch, how they said that they were trying to figure out like a good sound for the shooting, like, or was like when you hit an enemy. And they were like, what's like what the most satisfying sound? And they landed on can opening, like a can of soda, like, and so they went with that. They turned that into the hit sound. I was like, well, if anybody knows about making things addicting, it would be Blizzard. Got a bunch of spins waiting for me. Prizes are banned? Oh man. What's up, Smiley? You always trying to scare me. A told you, you gotta try harder than that if you're gonna try to scare me. Wait till spooky season. More susceptible to being scared during spooky season. Look at all these silver coins I'm getting. I'm gonna be rich. Oh man. Alright, we have a bad coin. Hopefully we can push that out. Get out of here. 162 combo. Look at all the coins here. Push, damn it, push. That sounds so nice, right? It's a lovely sound. I'm falling a bit short of the target though. I don't have any more exchanges. Hello, Cass. How are you? ¿Cómo estás? Well, hope something good happens. I'm doing well as well. Thank you very much for asking. Bankrupt. We are not losing this way. Come on, keep pushing, keep pushing. I don't have any prize balls. I want to get that tower, dang it. You having a good Friday evening? Or whatever day or time it is in your local time zone? Yeah? Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Dang it. Hey Maury, how you doing? You went to some pools? Oh my gosh, that sounds like fun. I'm not gonna end it until it's actually over. And this is, you know, to be expected. It is a roguelite after all. You know, sometimes your runs end. You don't want to go to school next week? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But it's okay. I mean, it's just school. I know you're having a ton of fun being here, watching the stream, probably doing stuff with your friends. But sometimes we just gotta do things we don't like in life, you know? Yeah, I think it really might be over. It gave me an achievement for that. It's like, hey, at least you got something. Ooh, a rabbit. Try a new seed. Oh, I think I actually have to, like, around. Your snake is on your phone? She wants to look at Snake Talk. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, Maury. Everything okay? Sorry to hear that. Oh my goodness, hello, hello. Hello, Raiders. How's it going? Hi, I'm Slacker. I'm also playing Raccoin today. Blowing my entire life savings to the raccoon. How are you guys doing? Thank you for the raid, I appreciate it. Thank you for the follow. How was your run? Or runs? Did you make it big? I kind of failed my first run. But you know what? Oh, I didn't even see I was done. You literally just started? You got bodied after the tutorial? That was me. That was me right there. Kind of just like buying everything so that I can see what everything does, you know? Why is it doing that? That's a, one of Slacker's tricks. Oh yeah, listen to all those coins fall in. I'm out of money. Got you though, didn't I? I like to be a little trickster sometimes. We'd like to have a little fun here. A little bit of trolling. A little bit of silliness, you know what I mean? You gotta keep life interesting sometimes. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Maury. I mean, you're not the only person who does that. A lot of people, you know, use art in that fashion. Hello, Bamtol. Hello, hello. I can't wait until I get my first, like, million billion score, you know? I've been watching some people's runs and seeing how they're getting, like, massive scores. What if I put this tower back up onto the platform? I cleared the run. Hello, how are you doing? It's like when some of the streamers that I watched who played Balatro, and they get like billions and billions. What's up, Matt? Congratulations, Matt. Proud of you. You thought this isn't gambling, Mousy. Hey, Andy, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. You have a great rest of your night, alright? Name a car for an edit. Any car? 1992 Toyota Camry. Is this a slot machine game? No, this is a coin game. Have you ever gone to a, what do you call it? Arcade? And you see like those games where you put in a coin and the little thing like pushes the coins? That's what this is. And then what you do sometimes is you smack your hip into it to make all the coins fall. Get those. Well, I'm happy to hear that, Matt. Congratulations. Oh, and also to anybody who's new, if you hear me talking to myself and you're like, I don't see anybody talking in chat, who's he talking to? I have 2 other chats because I'm also streaming on YouTube and TikTok. You're gonna make the edit right now? Alright. Bet. Yeah, Mousy is our little community crazy guy. We love Mousy here though. I'm way over target. There we go. I gotta pay attention. Thank you, Aki. You have my Dyson Fox? Okay, I still need to make my, whatchamacallit. I still gotta get a, P.O. box. A lot of coins. Oh yeah, you should see when thousands of them fall in. sounds amazing, and the coins go up a million. Hey, Caffeine, what's up, buddy? I'm just crazy? Yeah, I am crazy. We're all a little insane here, though, right? Not just me. Yes, I'm also on YouTube. You gotta get that middle. Come on. What you up to, Caffeine? Probably gonna have to exchange here. It's gonna drop my score down though. Doing all right. I took your TikTok again. Am I all over your For You page? Am I dominating your For You page? Made your own Bionicle guy? You want to know if I have any names for him? How about Jeremy? I keep popping up? Oh, I'm sorry. I'll try to stay off your For You page from now on, okay? What, you don't like Jeremy? Sheesh. What did Jeremy ever do to you? I don't think we have any back coins, so I'm gonna save these. You subscribed. Thank you, friend. I appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing. Your support means the world to me. Oh, it's okay, Matt. You can brag about your boyfriend all you want. Yo, is that 3,000 coins in one shot? Holy cow. He's kind of a wizard and looks like a weird creature. Oh, that's Jeremy all up and down right there. Come on, that's definitely a Jeremy. I don't know, Smiley, but my advice would be to don't worry about it. Enjoy your young life right now, okay? Dating and relationships can wait until you feel that you love yourself more than you can love another person, okay? And I don't mean that in a narcissistic way. I mean that in a self-esteem way. That is 100% not true, Smiley. You'll send me a picture of Jeremy? Heck yeah. Mousy. placing anything at the moment. I want to avoid exchanging as much as possible, because I get a high score from this right now. Jeremy's hands are weird. Why did you give him weird hands? It sounds like you set Jeremy up for failure. Damn it. Oh, we're almost there. Come on, I don't want to exchange. Let me keep my money. Let me keep my high score. Yay. Oh, it's okay, Matt. Rainstorms are meant to be relaxing. I'd say just go somewhere that you feel safe and listen to the sound of the rain on your roof. Or your window. Alright, bye Cass. Thank you for being here, my friend. Coin clinking sounds like ASMR. It does, doesn't it? It's like, it's really heavy ASMR and I love it. But you can see why this game was so addicting when I played it during Next Fest. Hey, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Stop being friends with Star? What do you mean? Star who? Why do hurricanes and tornadoes have to be a thing? Because we live on a planet with a very turbulent troposphere, where we exist on a planet with temperatures and different air speeds and everything. Because the way those form is you have like what do you call them? Areas of like low temperature moving over areas of high temperature, and it causes winds to pick up really quickly. Or when you have I forget the exact way that tornadoes spawn. Hello Jenny, welcome, welcome, how are you? I forget the exact way that they do it, and it has something to do with like when you have cool air in a warm system or something like that, and it causes them to start spinning more quickly. You know what you should do, Matt? Because oftentimes we are less afraid of things that we understand. Try looking at, like, reading about them or something. Oh my god, Mousy, stop. Don't do that. Don't antagonize the poor guy. What's up, Jenny? You having a good Friday? I'm afraid I'm gonna have to start exchanging. These coins are just refusing to fall. Jeremy is it? Wait, what was that, Mousy? I missed that. Antagonize the streamer? Yeah. You would like that, wouldn't you, Caffeine? You would like to watch me be antagonized. Oh man, I'm gonna have to exchange. I I always lose at this round. His species is called Opatin? How do you say that? Give me a pronunciation guide. I want to see Jeremy's character sheet. It's pronounced Opatin. Okay, so I got it right. Consumes 20% of tickets. Coins in the selected area gain value equal to tickets consumed. Here. Hey, thank you for the follow. We hit the follower goal, everybody. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. You forgot that was an option? That's what I wonder sometimes. I wonder if people forget that following exists and they feel like they have to like subscribe or something. Like, no, drop a follow. But I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. In your story, people say it. Upaitan. Upaitan. Interesting. It's 4 in the morning and you're half awake. Oh my gosh. You should go to sleep. It sounds like you need some sleep. Hey Nikki, how you doing? You subscribe so that I have spending money? Oh my gosh, thank you. You're the reason I can buy energy drinks. You want to join the club but you don't have money? Oh, don't worry about it. It's okay. You support me just by existing and coming to my streams. And that's all I could ask for. Yeah, you're in the club. Oh, I did it. I finally hit the freaking goal. Yes, you too, Matt. You're in the club too. Everybody's in the club. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Sorry, it's an ancient song. He loved my first date idea. Awesome. I'm happy to hear that. I'm streaming on Twitch too. Yep. Twitch and TikTok as well. Sounds like a good one. Every single person, yeah. If you are in my stream, you are a part of the Cool Kid Club, and therefore your existence means a lot to me. I mean, your existence means a lot to everybody. Don't ever forget that. You are loved and you matter. Twitch withdrew from South Korea. Oh, are you from South Korea? I heard about that. That's really weird. Considering, like, South Korea had a huge presence on Twitch. I'm just gonna try to use up everything. But yeah, that's a huge bummer. Foxy loves gambling. I don't think Foxy knows how to gamble. He's a little too young. For him, gambling is... when we go to a pizza place and he sees one of those things that are like, put the coin in the middle and you get a free pizza or something. My Hakari? What is Hakari? Yo, check out that score. Oh, that's the biggest score I've ever gotten in this game. But also, welcome. How you doing? You'll find a way for Foxy to gamble. He doesn't know how to gamble. How old is Foxy? Some experts age him at about 10 years old. Others think he's ancient. Every single animal expert I take him to is like, dude, I don't know. Foxy's my child? No, I found him in the forest one day and he just followed me home. He's 10? I don't know. Like I said, it's a toss-up between 10 and 10,000. What's up, Maury? What is that? Sorry. I'm ignorant on most things these days. But I'm sorry that that's happening. 10 and 10K is crazy. Yeah, that's welcome to having Foxy around me. Oh. Wait, what do you mean getting hate for that? Hate for a mental health thing? That, man, people are cruel. Just, well. Not really quite sure. People telling it's not real. Well, I mean, isn't that in the mental health handbook or whatever they call that? What was Foxy again to me? A parasite. He lives in my house, eats my food, plays my video games, steals my money. Well, I am sorry to hear that, more. I don't really understand how any of that works, but I think if anything, if you can just like, if it's people being people on the internet, just walk away from it. It's the best you can do. If it's people in real life, then, I mean, have you talked to them and told them, you know, what they're saying, how it's actually hurtful, and they're spreading misinformation and stuff like that? It's both. Well, online it's best to just ignore what people say, because people are people, and anonymity gives people boldness. Big coin, oh my goodness. Well, maybe some people just don't understand it, you know? I know, like, people tell me that ADHD's not real. I'm like, okay, we'll tell that to my very real brain not functioning the way it does for everybody else. but you know, then I just have to be like, I'm just gonna ignore them. People, it's either out of ignorance or out of, well, willful ignorance or unwillful ignorance, both, or malice, you know. Ducks, when you're in school, tell me about it, Smiley. YouTube ban? Oh my goodness. Looks like the crew's all here. Yeah, it made school life hell. Of course, Maury, of course. Like I said, this will be the last place anybody finds any judgment. ADHD gang, hell yeah, rise up. We'll rise up when we remember to. Okay, Maury, that sounds like a good plan. Just take it easy and relax. Go get some food or something, you know? That's why you come to me for motivation. Well, you know, you're lucky that I'm at an age where I can easily break out of my own head to help people gain that motivation, because when I was young, would have been the wrong person to come to for motivation for anything. Bye, Maury. Welcome back, Mousy. Boy, I think it's always the last final rounds. That was a hell of a freaking push. Sorry for turning into an owl there for a second. When is the Play-Doh stream? Man, you really want to see me play with Play-Doh, don't you? Are you trying to turn me into Germa? Yes. Hey, what's up, Flo? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. You want to see me make stuff with Play-Doh? I think you might be a little bit disappointed because I'm very uncreative or increative, whatever. Did I create a character using Vroid? Yes. This character is made with Vroid. But, you know, how about this? Let's get to 2,500 followers on TikTok and we'll do a Play-Doh stream. How about that? When was Slacker first created? February 2024. I technically have been streaming since 2024, but I took a pretty big hiatus in 2025 because I had to move house. Okay, this one is probably going to be another failed run. 2 months old. You are off by about 2 years. Heck yeah, Rain. Love to hear it. Did I post videos before streaming? No. I don't think I would be very good at long form content. I have a hard enough time talking, you know. The only reason why I'm able to actually talk during streams is, you know, because you guys are so chatty. I have some videos. Have you been to my YouTube channel, Smiley? Okay, it looks like this might be the end. You haven't? Well, yeah, on the YouTube channel there are all my VODs and whatnot. I didn't mean chatty in a bad way. Chatty's good. I'm bad at like thinking of things to talk on my own. Like whenever I'm streaming to nobody, it's hard for me to think of things to talk about. But you know, when I have people here chatting with me, wait, what is negative 75? Do I get 75 tickets? Weird. You're only chatty online? Well, I mean, that's perfect then, ain't it? Since the stream is only online. Do I want a tour of your tomb? Sure. Can I tell you a joke? Oh boy, I'm bad at telling jokes on the spot. Oh yeah, I do get 75 coins. Gain 1 ticket per coin in hand. When coin in hands are less than 6, score rate 1 times 3. Ooh, yeah. Get a lot of those. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. When am I gonna be on a billboard? Gonna be at least 5 or so years. You're creating an avatar with Vroid is pretty hard. Yeah, it can be kind of tricky, but just keep at it. Why are piggy banks so wise? Because they make a lot of sense, or they have a lot of sense. Filled with oh, I was close. But I get it, that's a good one. What kind of VTuber character are you going for, Bam? Yes, I am, Rain. I wasn't supposed to answer it, I'm sorry. Tell you a story. There once was a barnacle who was so ugly. He was so ugly that everybody died. The end. Is that a good one? Good enough one? Somebody who does not stream, Rain. And somebody that people will likely never meet, so. A+ story, thank you. You'd like to do VTuber streams too? Well, I can't wait to see your debut. What kind of character are you going for? Not particularly. I can't say that I am. But, to each their own, you know? I'm a live and let live kind of guy. Yes, I do, Smiley. It is a girl. Well, I should say a woman. Yes. Maybe. A female fox similar to mine. Oh. Oh my goodness, I'm an inspiration. Well, I can't wait to see it, Bam. I've been trying to push her to also make a VTuber character. She's an artist, so she can draw. I've been being like, you should make your own, and she's like, I'll think about it. Hello, programmer. How are you? Oh, I didn't buy any coins. Why am I such a failure? Is Smiley adopted? Yes, Smiley is adopted. Bam, nobody will laugh at you, and if they do, then just ignore them. Anybody who laughs at a person who's just learning English has to answer to me. Because everybody has to learn English at some point in their life. Yeah, I wrote the datas today. When are we going to be ballin'? What do you mean? We're ballin' right now, don't you see? We're doing a gambling stream. It won't be long before I'm sponsored by some gambling site, some shady gambling site. Nope, this is just a joke. Of course, Pam, you are welcome. Dude, these coins in the middle are just the bane of my existence. Teaching my child how to gamble? I mean, isn't life just a gamble in itself? Hello, Rimaru. Welcome, welcome. Sorry if the sound cuts out. I'm trying to, like, make my chat bigger. When am I going to be sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends? Never. What game is this? This is Raccoin. It's a coin pusher game. Similar to Balatro, if you know about Balatro. Doing okay? I'm glad to hear that, Rimaru. The thing in the sky is a meteorite? Don't worry. We'll be safe. Raccoin or Raccoin? Raccoin spelled like raccoon. R-A-C-C-O-I-N. Raccoin. I'm trying to get these middle coins pushed. Because there's a lot of them right there. The hell are you talking about? Just ignore him, Matt. Like I said, Mousy is silly. Hey, John, what's up? How you doing, my friend? Nickel City, Chuck E. Cheese, PTSD. What? I love these games. Anytime I go to the, anytime I go to Dave & Buster's, I go straight for these. I go straight for this, and then I smack the crap out of it with my hip. I bump it, bam, bum, bum, and then all the coins fall. Hey, what's up, Rexy? How you doing? I'm 5 tickets in debt. Can't afford anything. You have so many hours in Balatro. I've heard that game is insanely addicting, so I'm curious to try it one of these days. Jiggle physics? No, the only jiggle physics that are here are my ears. See? YouTube is... Oh, I see what you're saying, John. There's a channel, Matt, on the Discord. There's a self-promotion channel. If you want me to look at something. Cedo brownie and white chocolate chip cookies. Oh my goodness. That sounds like something somebody who had a hard day eats. Did you have a hard day, Rexy? You don't have a Discord? Oh, right. Sorry. Well, that's the place to go then. If you know of a way to tag me or something, then tag me, and then I'll look at it later. Could I place redstone torch on a piece of TNT in Minecraft? Yes, do it. Absolutely nothing can go wrong. You will have a heck of a fun time doing it. No work as today, it's a holiday. Is today really a holiday? I mean, probably up in Canada. But there's been a lot of people who are like, oh, I don't have school today. I play Minecraft? I do play Minecraft. Good Friday for Catholics. Oh. Good Fridays. Yeah, I'm not religious. I don't know anything about that stuff. Man, these are tough coins to get rid of. Get out of here. Go on, get. You're a #1 fan? Oh, thank you, Bam. I appreciate that. You died in your hardcore world? Ugh. Oh boy, who gave you that advice? Couldn't have been me. Easter, still Easter? I mean, you're right, but I don't keep track of that stuff. The only religious holiday I keep track of is, what do you call it? Christmas. What? Did I ever rage quit in a game? Yes. I have rage quit a game before. Haven't we all rage quit a game before? Nobody can ever say that they haven't. You thought TNT was a decorative block? Oh boy. Well, it's not. Well, if you're what do you call it? When you upload, if it tells me that you've uploaded, then sure, I'll look at it. Oh my god. What's up, Sisu? The world we live in can be dark and horrible with lots of negatives. That's why we should all take a moment and appreciate the good things we have, the happy moments, and especially the people that make it better. That's why I want to take a moment and show my appreciation for... Aw, thank you, Sisu. You're so kind, my friend. How you doing, Sisu? Long time no see, by the way. He posted it this morning. Well, then I'll go to your channel. You're gonna have to wait a few more. Oh, did you spend all of your coupons on the community challenge? Oh my gosh, this thing is... All I have are pause breaks. You were talking about the number one that appears after the crown in the chat? Oh. Well, you're still number one to me. Where am I from? Good one, Smiley. I'm from California. Much better to appreciate what we have instead of thinking of what we don't have. Very, very well said. I don't have any prize balls. But yeah, that's very well said, Sisu, and I agree. I often find myself thinking about, like, oh, why can't I have this, or why can't I have that? And then I have to stop and think, like, you know what? There are people who would love to be in the position that I am in life, and I should appreciate what I have. And then that puts everything into perspective for me. What country am I from? I'm from USA. Wait, what's going on, Merlin? You have 1.6k left. You gotta wait. Well, don't worry, Rexy. I will keep. What's the word? Adding more time to the challenge. I know how badly you want me to play Five Nights at Freddy's. BK stands for Bonky Kong. BK. Bonky Kong. So, no, she's not an orphan. Or they're not an orphan. Yo, what's up, Pixel? How you doing? Can I get rid of these? Oh yeah, I can. I didn't know I could sell. +2 score rate, -0.3 per clip expansion. So I don't get a very good clip thing with this, huh? Or a score with this. Okay. Alright, Rexy, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. You have a good rest of your night. Can you have 20 bucks? 15 bucks? What do you need 10 bucks for? Your character is canonically an orphan because his siblings and parents died. Aw, that's so sad. Well, don't worry, little orphan Mousy. Your family is here in the community. You can sleep in the shed with Foxy if you want. You need energy drinks. How many energy drinks do you need for $20? I can buy like 4. But they're kind of expensive. Way too many. Hey, you know what? The thing is, Merlin, with us ADHD people, caffeine is a lifesaver. So you gotta kind of let them have this. $30 to repair the neighbor's shed. I'm not going to give you money for that because that would be irresponsible. So I'm going to tell you, go ask them if you can work it off. Caffeine makes you more sleepy instead of taking away. Merlin, if it's making you more sleepy, you might want to get checked for ADHD, just saying. Because that's exactly what happens to people with ADHD. Mousy, what are you going on about? I'm a meow now because your baby cousin called me a meow. Okay. I guess I'm a meow now, guys. Is it okay for you to want everything in your collection to be in a specific place or way? Yeah, of course. I mean, wanting things to be arranged in a certain way is... I mean, it's human nature. We like it when things are in a place, somewhere that they belong. And we like it when things look nice. Did you just pss me? How dare you? It's not necessarily OCD. My mother has OCD, and it is there's a lot of misconceptions about it. It's that mental disorder is hell. Because if you list out every part of it, obsessive compulsive, you have basically thoughts, like compulsive thoughts, and it's very difficult to deal with. Am I a furry? No, I'm not a furry. I am a kimono Mimi. I can see how that would be confusing. It's okay, Merlin. I'm just messing with you. What is my favorite anime? Currently, my favorite anime is Frieren. I should watch Jujutsu Kaisen on stream. Sure, do you want me to get sued? Or DMCA'd? Because that's a good way to get DMCA'd. Yeah, we talked about this, Merlin. Remember we were talking about how much we both like Freerun? Where SBR episode 2? What's that? What's SBR? You like Freerun too, Bam? It's such a good show. It's so emotional. I love it so much. I have 3 Freerun statues and a Fern statue. Need to find more Fern stuff. Steel Ball Run. Oh, is that JoJo? Yeah, Merlin, that was me. Don't you remember? We chatted about Freerun for like 30 minutes. Yep, I remember that, Mousy. That definitely is 100% real and true. That definitely happened. Guy like Himmel is your type. You like the heroic type. SBR episode 2. I don't know. You're gonna have to ask what's his face, the creator. I hear that poor guy is overworked though, so please be nice to him. We were thinking about how you talk to someone about Freerun. Yep. Yes, I knew that was a good idea to do that. You don't want steel balls running, you want steel ball run. Yep. That makes sense. Perfect sense. Since the manga's done, they haven't animated episode 2. Well, it's Netflix, they're lazy. Go. Got rid of all those prizes. Can you pay my rent? I don't know if you can. My rent is kind of high. You like men who are kind and strive to uphold justice. Yeah, you know what? I can see that. That's something I could appreciate. Okay, these coins should all be worth a lot, you know, the ones in the middle. I mean, that's a good thing to look for in a partner. Somebody who is just and kind. One of the things that I loved about Himmel is the fact that despite being, you know, this like awesome hero, and he wasn't the one who was destined for the hero sword, he was still like, whatever. I'm still gonna go beat the evil demon king. Can you move in with me? You'll have to sleep with Foxy in Foxy's shed. I mean, the treehouse is big enough for everybody. It's kind of like the TARDIS. $488,000. Wait, what's $488,000? My rent? If I lived in San Francisco, maybe. I'm kind of lucky in where I live at the moment. The rent isn't too crazy, but it's still, you know, it's California, so the rent meme is strong here. How much is my rent? It's a mystery. I don't like discussing finances, so you'll have to just pretend it's a lot. Oh, what time is it in the USA right now? Well, where I am, it's currently 7:40 p.m. And then in the mountain time zone, it is 8:40. In the central time zone, it is 9:40. And in the East Coast, it is 10:40. Yes, we have many different time zones. Yes, it gets confusing. Oh. I have something blocking my... Oh, if only I had that raccoon. Can I give a range? Between $1 and $1 million. He says his rent can't people track him down by that. No, not really. I just don't like talking about money. It feels weird. You're Central? Hey, what's up? What's up, Central gang? What's up, Donna? How you doing? So it's 4K? Nah. I wish I lived in a place that was I could afford that was 4K. It would probably be way nicer than where I live now. $12K? Oh my god. If I was paying $12K in rent, I would just buy a house. Like, paying $12K in rent is dumb. Don't ever do that. Even if you can afford it. $28K? Okay. You're going way too high. If I no. Also, if I could afford $28K in rent, I would have a custom Vtuber model right now. I'd have a beautifully animated Vtuber model like Saba or something like that. The Opiton species is decreasing and there aren't that many males. 20 males and 464 females. Are the females figuring out how to reproduce without males? Is that what's going on? Have I ever taken the MBTI personality test? Yes. I'm a INTJ. INTJ. I think that's what it is. Among all those males is Jeremy. Yo, go Jeremy. I told you, Merlin. Mousy is our resident comedian. He's a silly little guy. You're INTJ also? That seems to be common among us neurodivergents. Can you boop? Yes, you can boop. Go for it. You draw your own VTuber character. Hey, you know what? If you're a good artist, Bam, the what do you call it? Or not a, sorry, I don't mean good artist. I mean, if you know what you're doing in terms of making a VTuber model, the software to rig it is free. It's called 2D Live Cuboid, I think? Cubism? So if you ever wanted to make your own 2D VTuber character, you can just do that. What species is Jeremy again? He's an Opitin. Opitin. He's a python. What's up, Tortilla? How's it going? Invite viewers to follow you during your live 3 times. Okay, those quests never work. Follow me, viewers. Let's see if that works. I'm inviting you to follow me. Oh, hey, thank you for the follow. But did that work? Of course it doesn't work. You're taking a live 2D rigging course now? Oh my gosh. Tell me what you learn, okay? One day I want to... It's my goal to save up for a 2D live model. It's gonna look exactly like what I have now with Slacker. But it's gonna be, you know, all nicely rigged and everything. Do state tests affect your grade in high school? No, state tests do not affect your grade. State tests affect how much money your school gets. Because state testing is it's a thing that was invented during the Bush administration in order to give schools more funding. Or it was like, oh, the better you do, the more funding your school gets. And it has a lot of implications on, like, you know, inequality, especially since a lot of the schools that perform not so good on state tests are ones that would be considered, you know, marginalized schools. Hey, what's up, Drew? Thank you. Appreciate it. So, state tests are all crap. If you butcher it and fail it, it won't cause any harm. I mean, it depends on your school. But honestly, no. Wait, what? Jeremy found a new land but fought to get it and won the land but died due to his injuries. Man, Jeremy. If Jeremy was in real life, he'd be roughly as tall as a moose. One scary bionicle man. This game gets tough. I'm barely in the beginning, too. Bunnies. How do I change to the other manager? There we go. Alright, I'm gonna try out with the bunny and see how well I can do. Bleep glorp. Bleep glorp. Glorpy glorp. Bunny coins. How tall are mooses? A male moose can, I think, get about, like, what, 8 feet tall? Like, from hoof to shoulder? They're pretty big. I'll have to ask my Canadian friends. Hey, Pepper. Hey, kitty kitty. Am I as tall as a moose? No. I am as tall as a... Actually, I don't know what to compare my height to. I am as tall as an average adult human male. Tell Pepper you said psst, psst, psst. She's looking at me like I'm weird. You wonder why I have so many likes. Is it you? Did you give me all those likes? I appreciate you for that. What? I did not say that, Merlin. Wait, he who? Pepper is a girl. And also, Pepper is unimpressed with everything. It's a good thing you used to aspire to be a game concept artist. It's already studied art before that. That's pretty rad. No, leave that alone, Pepper. Go do something else. Leave that alone. Stop it. Hey, stop it. Stop it. Be a good girl. No, stop it. Leave that alone. Tickets are gone. How dare you? Tortilla, are you okay? Did you get abducted? Is that a dog you heard? It was here in the game. Okay, she's just trolling me now. She's just walking around knocking all my stuff down. How does Pepper look like? Look up online. Look up Calabi. What kind of dog is it? No, she's a cat. Pepper is a cat. How you spell that? C-A-L-I-B-Y, I think? Calabi? She looks like a calico. She's a mix between a tabby and a calico. That's what that word is. Okay. What kind of cat? She's a mix between a calico and a tabby. It's okay, Bam. Don't worry about it. Also, I talk kind of fast sometimes, so don't you worry about it. Might be Eminem? No. Oh, no. I am not Eminem. I'm an Eminem? Yes, I'm an Eminem. I'm an orange Eminem. Tell you a story? I don't know any stories. So there I was, walking through the forest, in a search for an adventure, when all of a sudden I hear some footsteps. I think to myself, is somebody following me? So I take out my sword and I continue walking. keep hearing the footsteps. I'm thinking, okay, I'm definitely being followed. I have to be prepared for a fight. Then by the time I get to the edge of the forest, I turn around and I see a little fox. Can you stop liking? Yeah, yeah, Tortilla, it's fine. You do not need to do all that. I appreciate you, of course. Yo, that dog's shitting all over the place. Can you stop? Oh my gosh. I didn't see that I was ready to go to the new one. Which VTuber character illustration do I like the best? Well, I'm somebody who likes simplicity. I like simple designs the best. So like, for example, I already mentioned it, but do you know the VTuber Samako Saba? I like her design because it's very, it's cute and it's simple. And I mean that in a nice way. It's not overly decorative. Of course, there's absolutely nothing wrong with having overly decorative character design. Nothing at all. It's just my own personal preference. Can you spam the chat? It depends with what. What are you spamming with? The Ophiton species was first created, discovered around the same time people made toothpaste. So, in the early 1800s? Who were they discovered by? You want to do something but you don't know what you want to do? Well, do you like playing any video games? Yep, Samako Saba. Also, do you know the VTuber Limelicious? Her too. I like her character design. And Limelicious is actually the reason why I became inspired to be a VTuber at all. Lime, yep. You got no idea what's going on? Me neither, Merlin. I'm always confused. All you said was no in German? 9? Oh, the coin has no neck? Coin pyre. Inserting a coin consumes one more in hand. Uh-oh. I'm just gonna play everything. Malicious. Yep, that's her. She's a ferret VTuber. Your Brian is on overdrive? Aw. Well, tell your Brian to calm down. Yeah, make it rain. My day is all right. It's Friday, so I'm happy about that. A little stressed because I got to get ready for my my trip. But, you know, it is what it is. First type of Ophiton species was more hostile. Uh-oh. We don't like hostile species. You feel really energetic? Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? Embrace your energeticness. Embrace your energy. Is it okay if you chat a lot? Yeah, of course it is. I do my best to respond to chat, and, you know, I might, you know, miss a message or two. But yes, by all means, please never apologize for being chatty. Sorry. You have come to give me an inspiring quote? Alright, hit me. Give me an inspiring quote. Of course, Bam. Balls mean stars, so reach for the balls. Wise words indeed. You feel like running? Go for a run then. Do it. You don't think you can? Not with that attitude. You can do anything you set your mind to. Why? What's wrong, Rain? Well, just tell your grandpa, say Slacker says it's okay if you run a marathon. Actually, don't say that because I don't want him hunting me down. Your girlfriend isn't replying since she's asleep? Well then, let her sleep, bud. To stream on YouTube, but they said you can't for another 24 hours. Yeah. I remember that. I had to do that too. I also had to verify my age. But once they saw that I'm way over 18, they were like, oh, okay, you're good. Go on and get out of here, you scamp. Jeremy seems more adventurous. Is Jeremy an adventurer? 8 a.m. Everybody is awake right now. Well, maybe your girlfriend was up late studying or something. So she's really tired right now. Dang it. Man. This game is a lot tougher than it was in the demo. Never knew you could do anything with those. Am I stupid? I never knew you could exchange those. Well, it's okay, Rain. If she's asleep, she's asleep. That's just the way it goes. I'm gonna go back to the normal one. Are you sure about that, Merlin? 'Cause I sure feel like a dingus. Are you sure about that? Key plus 1 per point. So let's get that one. Jeremy was born in 2005. Oh my gosh, that means Jeremy's old enough to vote. Twitch is at your mercy? Uh-oh, why? Twitch Studio. Twitch is being bad. I mean, Twitch is, at the moment, Twitch is quiet. I think they're all just enjoying the quietness. Are gaming laptops any good? Thinking of buying one, but you ended up getting a MacBook instead. I think gaming laptops are pretty good. They've come a long way in recent years. They used to not be so good. But yeah, I would say they're pretty good. Mac OS can be okay for gaming, but there's a lot of compatibility problems with Mac OS, I've noticed. So yeah, if you're having problems, then it makes a lot of sense. You require sustenance? Go check the fridge. I think there's hot dogs there. broke the fridge? It's okay. This fridge can't be broken. Hi Merlin, welcome to Twitch. What's up, silly goober? Can I rate your edits? Well, can I look at them afterwards? It might be easier if you tag me so that I see them. Tough Gaming H670. No, that's the name of motherboard. I think that's the motherboard I have. Are you looking at my my what do you call it? My computer specs? Hello Merlin. Hello. Welcome to Twitch. Twitch is being shy right now. Not during stream, no. I don't do stuff like that during stream. Oh great, now you're gonna make him talk about burgers all the time. You thought I was using a gaming laptop because it's tough? I see. I think Asus gaming laptops use the same type of motherboard, although like a notebook version. No, it's okay, Merlin. It's funny. Why? What's wrong, Smiley? Oh my gosh, I haven't gotten a tower in so long. What the heck? Can't go because you don't. Yeah, what? Go where? That's a weird reason to say no. Well, then take your sibling and make them run. Be like, you are now my prisoner, and you are going to be running with me. Oh yeah, what time is it for you? You're chilling, coin. Oh yeah, you like the coin sound? It's such a nice sound. It makes it sound like I'm putting money in my bank. Uh-oh, dropped a bad coin. I got a bunch of stuff that I can use now. It's 8. Oh, are you you're on the West Coast too? I forgot about that. Well, why don't you just wait till tomorrow? Saturday morning, go on a nice Saturday morning run. Ah, you won't have the energy. Yeah, that makes sense. It's Saturday for you? Oh, where are you? Are you in the UK or something? The Maldives. Oh, wow. I think you're the first person I have ever met that is from there. That's super cool. I have no idea how to say that, but that is super cool. If you can find the treehouse, then sure, Smiley. I live out in the middle of the woods, so you're gonna have to search high and low. It's not super easy to find. How old am I? I'm an old man. Older than the trees. Am I Jorge? No, I'm not Jorge. As much as a guess as his rent. You guys are gonna be guessing for a long time on my age. I like to keep some aspects of my life personal. Remember you when you become famous? Of course. That's not gonna be for a very, very long time, but of course. It's Miles. You calling me Tails? I only have one tail right now, though. You're an old woman, Bam. Well, us old people can stick together. You know how it is with the kitsune. Us kitsune are old. Did I cut my other tail? No, I'm just hiding it. If I have it in stream, then it's gonna block everything. Okay, I'm all out of exchanges. Super close to the end. Okay, can we shake it? Oh. Well, the game seems to think that I'm not losing. Okay, now I'm losing. Dang it. Always the 9th round. Man, this game got a lot harder. More than a tree. For me, it's like the song Country Roads. Life is older, older than the trees. Damn it. Twitch and YouTube have a younger audience? Yeah, I mean, that's how it is everywhere. This is how it is. How old am I? Very old. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. You don't like that song? West Virginia, Mountain Mama. Very old. Oh my goodness. I look like I love country music? I like folk music. I wouldn't say so much country. I like the older stuff. Back when they sang about things like back when their music actually sounded like they put effort into it, you know? This newer stuff just doesn't sound very contagious. That's not a word. I don't like new country. Stop gambling and help you with Dr. Eggman. Rain check. No. Rain check. Man, they keep stealing my damn coins. Tickets. Distract you? Look over there, a distraction. You like rock music? What kind of, what's your favorite band, Bam? Hi, Mousy. Thank you for telling me about the lore of your characters. It was very interesting. thought we had 10 decades worth of rings? 100 years worth of rings? Well, what does that even mean? Mousie's making you look like a fan. Or fans of Mousy. It's okay. You can admit it. Your favorite band is the one you'll form one day? That is legitimate. Oh my gosh, I did not see the time. Did I mention that it's going to be a shorter stream tonight because I still have to prepare for my trip? Yeah, it's going to be a shorter stream. Where am I going? I'm going overseas. If you are in the Discord, you'll see, because I will post pictures when I'm on the when I'm flying over. I'll take a picture out of the plane and see if you guys can guess where I am. If you don't guess it, from the picture, then when I get to the airport, I'll take a picture of the sign of the airport and I'll be like, do you guys see it now? Do I know Shaboom, the alternative take by the chords? That does not sound familiar, no. Well, Bam, when you form a band, make sure you let me know, okay? That way I can listen to your music. What kind of music does the chords make? Oh, that song. Yes, I know that song. Hey, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Oh my goodness. Also, thank you for all the likes. I just saw the like number. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. Is that the kind of music you like, Rain? You like the oldies? Playlist is mostly love songs. Ah, that's sweet. Yours more. I have a K-pop playlist. If you want to hear what kind of K-pop I listen to, if you're on the Discord in the music suggestion channel, there is a playlist that I posted that has the K-pop that I listen to. Sorry to hear that, Rain. Well, sometimes listening to sad songs helps. In a way. It lets you know that feeling sad is a very human emotion. and lets you know that it's okay. Okay. This is where I gotta go. All right. I will see you guys probably tomorrow. I do want to stream tomorrow, but I'll see if that's even possible. I'm leaving. Sorry, I gotta go. I gotta take off. But you guys have been awesome. I enjoy talking to you guys all the time. Um, I'll try to be back tomorrow. I'll see what happens, okay? Thank you very much, Merlin. Uh, please take care of yourself, everybody. Have a wonderful night, and we will do it again later, okay? Bye. Bye.